always runs into Acno and Blaze, and here for basically the past year has always lost Acno and Blaze.
That's got to be rough, but also it's got to be nice for Hysen and Simple, considering they have now at least taken a set off of Acno and Blaze. On the other side, Acno and Blaze mixing it up, not going with the Bryn Barasa. Instead, it is Bodvar alongside the Bryn for game number 1 in the Grand Finals. Keep in mind, this is the Grand Finals with Acno and Blaze absurdly coming from the loser's bracket, so they have to win the first set in order to reset it and take it to a second best of 5.
Going into this, you mentioned the double Val, then on the other side, Acno with the Bodvar and Blaze with the Bryn pick. We're not seeing the Barraza pick coming out. We're not seeing anything other than this beautiful setup. This Collector's Skin, Collector's Edition Bodvar coming into this. We'll see if he's able to hit a D-Light down sig like we saw Blue hit earlier. One of the most beautiful D-Sigs I've ever seen hit that completely split up the other team.
Got that 7-10 split on that down signature. Nice positioning from Simple to punish that ground pound from Blaze. So far, health relatively even on both sides as Acno hits the stomp, chase dodge recovery, lands back down, getting more, gets a stomp, side air onto Simple, and Hysen waiting for the opportunity, but he doesn't go for the wall. He needed that side air to hit in order to chase dodge.
Not a good spot here early on in this game for Simple and Hysen. Blaze sitting pretty good. He's not even red yet. Oh, never mind.
Down.
Oh, man, and the weapon toss to follow it up. Are they able to get the KO? Simple comes in with the ground pound as well, hoping to clean up this stock. They're able to take out Acno, see if they can capitalize in the power play here. Weapon toss, that's the dodge. It's going to come back up in time. There it was. Neutral air coming up from Simple. You know he wanted to send down, but all he could get was something that sent straight up. Oh, they want this KO on Blaze so bad.
And Simple sitting on this edge instead sees the opportunity for Acno. The clash out.
Okay, Simple
needs to get saved. Hysen doesn't hit the recovery, and Simple's gonna fall.
Oh, Simple, what are you doing, dog? You should have seen that not going your way early on and then just disengage. He's like, this one didn't go my way. What are the odds the next one doesn't? And what are the odds the next one doesn't? And it's just, ooh, that started to snowball in a bad way for Simple.
Yeah, that just really fell apart. Still only a 1-stock lead for the blue team, so if Simple can find the extension on this, should be possible. Hysen doesn't hit the ground pound. Acno with a fantastic dodge up. Hysen eats another down there, and Simple doesn't even go down. He doesn't try to save his teammate, and instead is just going to walk away with the trade, but you can't trade when you're a stock behind.
Sidelight recovery for Hysen. In comes Blaze. Oh, man, Blaze is swinging. Finding hits on both members, one right after the other. Simple, you see him floating, wanting to get the KO off the top. Sidelight Nair again from Blaze. Simple is so dangerously close to being taken out of the game. Hysen fighting back best way he can, hitting a side signature on a Blaze. Not enough to KO. A raw side heavy from Blaze is going to come in.
No.
Acno's going to be taken. Oh! Oh! Oh, no! That was the worst thing that could have happened yet again for Simple.
It went from great to terrible in a flash. Blaze hit Simple into the ground pound from Hysen. Hysen was throwing that ground pound out for Acno as a just-in-case measure, and unfortunately, Simple got caught in the crossfire. Now Hysen has to fight the 1v1. He's behind, but he does have a little bit of health to play with. He can afford to take some damage here, and he isn't even taking it. Wow, these gauntlets are starting to play.
Now imagine how different this game could be right now if he didn't get that KO onto his teammate. Because they would have came into this with the man advantage. Hysen would have had the health advantage. Simple would have been a little bit behind in terms of health. But they would have been in such a different position here. Likely could have won this game. And now it's Hysen fighting. Now he's at the health disadvantage. Blaze, is he just going to fish for the side air?
Maybe not. It's going to be there. The side light setting up for the side air to take game number 1. Acno and Blaze are able to close it out, but I do want to commend Simple. He was able to find stock extension for a while. He did get caught, unfortunately, but the stock extension gave the hope to Hysen.
Yeah, Simple just kind of got stuck in that pinball situation where the ball's bouncing around and then all of a sudden it goes right through the two paddles, where you could literally do nothing to stop it, and he was just done, unfortunately. They did really play that well. Simple, despite going down so early, did do a great job fighting back, had healthy numbers in that, and if it wasn't for that one unfortunate event, that could have been a huge game changer.
I'd say two unfortunate events. One at the very end, but the one before that where he overcommitted on the edge guard.
Yeah. Well, the one where he overcommitted, that was a series of unfortunate events. That was Lemony Simple's series of unfortunate events.
I'm glad you had the foresight to change up the name there. I was worried you're just going to go with the Lemony Snicket. Meanwhile, left side, spear plays coming out from Blaze. He opted to swap already over to the Axe. Simple taking quite a bit of damage instead, goes for a recovery to avoid the edge guard from Acno, has to disengage over to the right side, but Simple is kind of waiting for an opportunity to get back into this game. Nice.
Lot of red players here in the game. Now Acno gets taken out with a gravity cancel D-Light into the recovery. Man, that side air sent really far. Acno with the GC side light. It's going to be enough to take out Hysen. Great follow-up off of Blaze's Ricochet Axe side air.
Really well done from the blue team, but if the red team can find the recovery onto Blaze, we'll be right back into this one. Nice read from Hysen with a double side light. Acno going to sit on this corner, wait for Blaze to respawn. Hysen just going to give him a little love tap, 2 damage off that gauntlet toss.
All right, Simple needs to stop ground pounding on top of Acno's hammer. He hasn't really been punished for it yet, but like I clinch every single time that it happens because I'm waiting for the one time that it does hit and it changes the game.
All it takes is one hammer recovery, and that stock is gone. You see how he's playing underneath. Full disengage, outspacing that hammer recovery. And Hysen with a nice pickup off of his own neutral area and ended up getting the sidelight recovery.
Hysen's Gauntlet's been playing really well this game so far. There's another KO for him. Has he picked up all 3? Oh, he grabs another one. He might have all 4 KOs right now. I can't remember who got the D-Light into the recovery in the very beginning.
You know what? I'm also drawing a blank on that one, but Hysen's definitely playing very well for himself. But Acno is going to find the recovery, might be able to get a double here if he can get this stock off of Hysen, but Hysen with a full movement all the way over to the right side, and Simple's going to respawn. You got to be careful, though. If Simple falls, then it's going to be just like game number 1.
Simple over on the edge. Ooh, Acno with the fast fall pivoting dare. Nice little perk of pivot on that dare, trying to scoop up. It does miss, because he was a little bit too high to grab it. Everybody on their final stocks here. Red team just a little bit in the lead. Neutral light coming out from Acno. Blaze was almost ready, perfectly there. Blaze just always happens to be in the right place at the right time. And I don't want to say he just happens to be there, because it happens way too much for him to just be lucky.
He's the world's luckiest Brawlhalla player. No, with the Bryn, you're coming in with a lot of movement speed. It really helps to be in those perfect positions. It's one of the reasons why I think movement speed can be a very valuable tool in 2v2s, is that ability to position properly for those follow-ups, for those saves. Nice interrupt from Hysen. Needs to keep Simple alive as we get ready to go into the 1v1s, the final stocks here in game number 2.
You want to talk about movement speed being able to save. That was Hysen's save on likely the Russian Mafia coming out from Acno. That would have led to the KO on Simple. Simple turns around, grabs a D-Light recovery. And yeah, those were the only 2 KOs that he got that game. It was Hysen grabbing the other 4.
Got the 2 that he needed. Hysen and Simple, interestingly enough, you saw there were 3 maps on the board, 2 triplat maps, and then Mammoth. So Hysen and Simple were like, all right, we're not going to go to the triplats. We know you like the triplats. So we're going to go back to Mammoth for game number 3, currently tied 1 apiece.
Oh, man, Simple. He's taken now 50 damage 9 seconds into the game. Just shared between even more than that since I started this sentence between both members of the blue team. Acno going with the big read there for the GC neutral signature on Sword. Don't see that one a lot.
What a rough start for the red team.
Simple, bro.
Oh, no.
You gotta stop. Why are you just ground pounding like that against Acno?
Hysen can't touch. What a huge start for the blue team. Simple had a weapon for 5 seconds at best for his first stock, and he still doesn't have a weapon on his second stock.
So look at Acno's health right now. He's taken some damage since Simple went in with that ground pound. So let's say Acno was yellow. What are you going to do with a sword ground pound there? When he has almost all of his in-air movement options, hitting an opponent in yellow, there is a very small chance that you will turn that around into something big. Meanwhile, Simple was red going into that. He risked so much, and the return on his investment was likely very little.
Yep. But good on the red team. They were able to shake off a bad deal and get into the even stocks here in game number 3. Currently, everybody at 2 stocks apiece, as Simple still just reading the art of the deal, trying to get these ground pounds onto Acno. Really wants these edge guards and is just not finding the hits.
Dash jump side air for Simple. Attempting to go on a Blaze. He doesn't force the edge guard there. He immediately backed up. So hopefully he learned his lesson. There's a D-Sig from Blaze. Gonna put Simple into the red. Meanwhile, Hysen stuck really low. Both members of the blue team staying up. They want stage control. That gave them the side heavy from Blaze onto Simple. Another neutral signature coming out from Acno. They are going to have stage control. Overall, they have weapon control as well, too, as Simple doesn't have a weapon. Hit 1 KO. Are they able to find this second one? Simple is very damaged. He finds this weapon. Side air from Acno. Gets the KO. 4 stocks to 2 here in game 3.
Acno deep red. Red team could take this to 3 stocks to 2, but man, Blaze is basically untouched currently.
He's got that axe in hand, so you know those big chunks are going to be coming out. He's playing kind of conservatively just towards the middle of the stage. He'll rotate over to support Acno if he needs it, but I mean, you can see right now, he don't need it.
Acno's doing fine for himself. Nice side stick from Hysen. Hysen really just coming in, taking out these blue team members. Red team, they've got to survive though. They are so incredibly hurt. That recovery, just a raw unarmed recovery from Acno, and a sword recovery will finish off Simple.
Interesting choice there with the D-Sig, but I love a D-Sig, and I want to always give praise for you using sword D-Sig, even when it's not in the best spot. So fantastic D-Sig from Acno. Easily cleaned that game up. Healthy numbers from the blue team. It was the 500s, and they're going to move right on into this before I can even pay attention to any of the other numbers, and we're going back to Mammoth.
5 stocks taken out by Acno on the Bodvar. 560 damage put out from Acno on the Bodvar. Very healthy for this blue team as we get right on into game number 4. Blue team 1 game away from getting that hot reset and taking us to a second best of 5 here in the grand finals for the Mammoth Cup. Red team not in as rough of a spot to start off game number 4.
Hysen is kind of the one fighting Acno right now, which I would agree with. Simple has had too many run-ins that do not end favorably for him playing into Acno in this set. Big side air, they're going to send Simple to the far left. Simple's taking a lot of damage in these games very early on compared to Hysen.
I don't know if he's just really feeling that win he got just a month ago, and maybe that's why he's maybe disrespecting this blue team a little bit, going for some very greedy plays. But I'd like to see him play like just a little more conservatively. Just stay alive so that Hysen isn't constantly left in these awkward positions.
Now, there was a side sig that Acno was charging up on the right side that went like right over the corner that Hysen spaced immaculately. You know how there's some signatures that when you throw them out over on the corner, they'll have like the hitbox will reach down a little bit lower than you would normally expect to when you just do it out on the ground. And Hysen just knew exactly where that hitbox ended, and he was able to get around and punish it so well. I don't know if we're going to get a replay of that, but it was just a snapshot moment where Hysen spaced it so well.
Dude, Hysen's playing out of his mind right now. He is getting doubles. He is really putting in this damage and the work and finishing off stocks. And that's not to say Simple's doing nothing, because Simple is also still putting out damage. But man, I don't want to discount how well Hysen is playing. He is finding these reads with the gauntlets. He is finding this damage with the sword. He is finding these knockouts.
I think overall, I don't know if EU views it this way, but I know that I have underrated Hysen as a 2v2 player, but he has such a pedigree now. Like we always talk about, oh, the strength. Oh no, is he going to get taken out over here?
Good dodge.
Okay, He's going to be able to get back to it. But he does have the pedigree. Like, he's been regularly placing top 3 with Simple. He's placed well with Blue. He picked up 5th with Blue in Spring Championship 2020. He placed 3rd with Viper at Winter Championship.
Simple!
Oh, man. Simple yet again just taken out.
That one wasn't even like a hit that sent him into the kill box. He just fell because he didn't have his jumps. He didn't reset, and now Hysen has to go 1v2 against the 3 stocks of the blue team. Blaze just now taking his first damage off a sword down air. This is so rough for the Hysen. Simple's really got to clean it up to get into this reset. What a punish.
Oh, Acno.
Yo.
Oh, Acno, man.
They're wild.
Just completely controlling the last part of that game. Simple put out 239 damage. They're going to attempt to move into stage banning as quick as he possibly can to hide that low number. Did happen to catch it in time, and he's swapping over to the Taros. Wants more force for the KO potential. Wants the higher strength for the higher damage. Wants the 2 heavy weapons coming in so he can boost those numbers up.
Man, Acno and Blaze. I'm just rewatching that final stock there. Acno and Blaze just playing off each other so incredibly well. But here we go. We're in the reset now. Last best of 5 for the European region. And Simple, like you said, opting to swap over to this Taros. Going to have more damage than he did with the Val. But I'm very curious to see how this is going to play out. Because if he still goes for those risky plays, it's going to be trouble.
He is going to be going hammer v hammer against Acno. His neutral's looking strong so far this game. You can see he's taking as much damage as Blaze, so he's basically tied for the least so far in this game. Oh, Blaze comes in for the save there. Puts out a little bit of team damage as well at the final hit.
Acno, pretty damaged here as Simple finds the stomp side air. I'm loving the swap to Taros so far. Hysen actually taking the brunt of the damage. This might be an active decision from the blue team, though, to just take out Hysen. They're like, Simple is going to take himself out, so let's just focus on Hysen.
And if that is their plan, I mean, it's working so far. You already see Simple in the red. You see Blaze taking not so much damage whatsoever. And Simple's basically on pace with losing his stocks as Hysen is.
Oh no, Hysen's in a lot of trouble here.
This is bad. This is...
Yo, did that touch? It did not. Unfortunate for Hysen. Simple, this is what we're talking about, where he just kind of gives the stocks away, but he does find the disengagement over to the right side. Blaze still on this first stock, and Acno hits the down sig. Simple's out of here.
So there's that on the right side that didn't go Simple's way. It was also on the left side. Again, he was going unarmed against Acno, who he doesn't have a good record in edge guards against. Not only was he at a weapon disadvantage, or at least he didn't have a weapon in his hand, but Acno was in yellow. What is he going to accomplish with that? Simple has to chill.
Just take a breather. Like, the way that they jumped into this reset, it just seems like Simple and Hysen are ready to finish this one, and I almost want them to just take a breather, reset yourself with the bracket, and then come back into this. But right now, Blaze and Acno are running wild. 4 stocks to the 2 of the red team. Hysen going for the ground pound, doesn't find the hit. Acno able to avoid the weapon toss and come right back up, and a down sig launches Simple to the other side.
Sig's coming out from Acno. He is playing very confidently right now. Simple finds the ground pound against Acno. I hope that doesn't give Simple too much confidence in his offstage against Acno. That Nair almost taken out off the top, so you know Simple's very damaged here. Acno for the KO option. Recovery's coming out. GCD light coming out. Neutral Aid didn't even send Hysen off screen yet. But a side sig will. That'll take him out of the game. It's Simple. Very red. In comes Acno with the facepalm taunt. Man, Acno picked up 5 KOs, mid 550s. Acno and Blaze, they're living.
Yeah, Acno really face-palming Simple right now. Like, what are you doing, guy? But we're going to get ready to get into game number 2. Simple sticking with the Taros. I respect it. It did better. But all it really did was the blue team turned around and said, all right, we're just going to hyper-focus Hysen, relegated him to the 200s in terms of damage. And hopefully Hysen can survive. He can put out that damage because Hysen was playing incredibly well pre-reset.
Now, of course, we see Acno on this Bodvar, and you know he's an extremely good player. I still, for some reason, haven't paid attention to his character level with Bodvar. Oh, Hysen just kind of really low over on the right side. But I love to see that Acno is doing good sword stuff.
Oh, no.
He's doing good hammer stuff, and he's doing good Bodvar stuff. So he's doing everything right with this Bodvar pick. He's using the SIGs really well, and of course, he's using the light attack kit that every hammer player and every sword player has.
It's definitely, oh, top of the map, Simple not going to find that gravity cancel downlight, and Blaze did not find the recovery. But it is showing that Acno, kind of like the life of a random, right, is where you just start picking up those signatures as the games and the sets progress. Acno's starting to bring in more of that signature kit as we go along. There you see in that neutral signature thrown out. Simple with a good punish, doesn't find the weapon toss, and Blaze is right there. And Acno immediately, after hitting one, goes for Hysen.
Get off the wall. Back up, Simple. Put it in reverse, Simple. Every time he goes over there, man, it's like he dies. Every single time. Stay on the platform, man, because his Daros was looking good.
Yeah,
when he was just playing on the main platform, it was looking fantastic.
Nice follow-ups from Hysen, getting that extra damage. Signatures do more damage, and then neutral signature from Simple will even up this stock count. Acno with the hammer play, playing this 1v2 against Hysen and Simple.
Cross side heavy from Blaze. Simple disarmed. Recovery comes out. A lot of damage on the red team here. Acno and Blaze still in a pretty good position. Side sig from Acno going to take out Simple. He's on his final stock. Acno with the GC sidelight still chooses to go in.
Yo, if Simple falls here, Simple.
Get off the wall.
Simple.
Get off the wall.
Disengage.
Get off the wall. What are you doing?
All right, he got one. He got one and he's done. He got one and he's out.
He's not. He's over to the right wall.
He got the stock. Credit where it's due. Hysen top of the map trying to get this recovery onto the respawned Acno. They need to get Blaze to get this stock. Even they need to get Acno if they want to go for the 1v2. But the side sig follow-up, they get Blaze. Even stocks, but Acno with the side sigs. And now Simple has to do the 1v2 in the red against this blue team.
Acno and Blaze already took the first set of Grand Finals, 3-1.
Wow.
Simple's likely going to fall here. There's the hammer recovery and the weapon toss to clean it up. Acno and Blaze now up 2 games. Simple and Hysen have no answer for this. They've already lost the first set. They're now staring down the barrel of losing the second set as well. Acno and Blaze playing very well.
Man. Acno and Blaze, it's kind of like what you said at the start of this one, that when you have such a dominant force in a region go down into the losers bracket earlier than expected, they just get fired up. They just get more dominant, and anyone who's in the way better look out. And Acno and Blaze are now going into the double Taros for game number 3. Hysen and Simple hoping that this is going to be the answer. This is going to be the thing to take this all the way, because they now have to win 3 games in a row to dethrone Acno and Blaze and deny a 2020 sweep from Acno and Blaze.
So maybe the play here for the red team is tiny walls. So hopefully Simple won't spend too much time over on those walls. He can go back to that neutral where he was playing well. See, look, he hasn't even been touched. His neutral's good. Just play neutral. All he's taking is an axe side air going into this. He's probably put out at least 75, 80 damage.
Big
Neutral air almost KOing off the top. Crystal Temple might be the play here for the red team.
The
need
other
to wake
side
up.
Of that, the other side of that is Hysen. Look at his health. He's taking damage, though. Simple's doing a really good job playing the neutral, but it's almost like he's 1v2ing. Like, he's not really helping out Hysen right now. And he gets caught. Blaze with the side air, and the blue team, again, back in the lead.
Okay. Not bad.
Saved.
Still going to be the save there. Big side air. Still going to bounce off the main platform, so it's going to take away some of that momentum. Even though the red team is down in terms of stocks, they're not in a bad spot, and they're in a very good spot now that they've taken out that stock from Acno. Likely can take this stock away from Blaze. Neutral light almost. Oh, it does KO. It's going to be 4 stocks to 3.
Getting that extra damage onto Acno. If they take out Acno here, this is almost a guaranteed victory for the red team. That would be massive. They have to win this. They have to win each of these games in order to win this set. Simple hunting down Acno on this left side. Hysen in the 1v1 against Blaze. Hysen, a little risky, but Blaze doesn't get the touch. No, the ground pound from Hysen guarantees the knockout onto Blaze as Acno finds a ground pound onto Simple. Hysen can't even save him. Simple's out of there. Hysen with the punish though. And Blaze keeps Acno alive. The edge guards of Simple, they're just losing bets at this point.
The second he goes over there, bro, Acno just deletes him. Oh my gosh, look at how Simple was playing this game, and then he goes over to the wall and dies. Just stay on the platform, man. You're playing so good on the platform, stay on the platform. Like, it's comical at this point.
Oh no, Hysen gonna get taken out in the edge guard. Acno with the down. Simple, all right, Blaze saved your life there, guy. You just tried to ground pound, and Blaze was like, no, you need, just don't. Just don't.
Hysen going over,
win in
turning
neutral.
Around that ground pound. They were doing it so well. Weapon toss coming out, keep doing that. Keep throwing out weapon tosses. Hysen playing with fire here.
Win the game you're winning. Win your neutral games because it's working. Blaze, the hit from behind from Hysen. Acno forced to come up on the stage. Dodges through the weapon toss. Simple finds a neutral air. Red team, Simple's in trouble. Nice recovery! Red team 1v2. Blaze in the red. Hysen, he can do it. Just don't overcommit off stage. Just play safe. You have the advantage.
Sidelight side air. Simple whiffs the punish on it. Out came the dodge from Blaze. Neutral air off the top. Going to keep them alive in this. They were down 2 games. They picked up game 3. Crystal Temple taken out immediately.
Respect Acno's edge guards. You have to respect. Like, yes, you've won once or twice, but man, Acno's edge guards are so incredibly clean. He'll punish you. Like, that's what happened towards the tail end of that last game. Is Acno was like, all right, I'm just gonna play the edge. I'm down a stock. I need to just play safe. I'm gonna sit on the edge and I'll just start stealing stocks with these edge guards.
And I know we've been harping on Simple on the edge, but like even last game, you saw Hysen going over to the edge as well, and he was losing those fights. Just don't engage on it. You don't have to.
He's just so good off stage. And Hysen and Simple, they have fantastic on stage plays. Simple going for the risky neutral signature, a little bit of Taro spray in there, but we're back in this. Acno with the downlight recovery, top of the map. A ground pound, nice fight back over on the right side. Acno finds the down air. Simple in position, tries to save his teammate, but doesn't find the hit with the recovery. And the side sig reading the avoidance of Blaze, and Simple still does get the wall touch.
In comes Hysen to help out Simple a little bit, and that's where it's really tough. Is as a team, you have to make the decision, the very tough decision, don't get me wrong, of like, well, do I go help my teammate over on the edge? Because one, I'm on the edge against Blaze and Acno. 2, if he goes down, then all of a sudden I'm on the edge against Blaze and Acno. And then when my teammate respawns in, does he go, well, do I go help my teammate? Because then what if he dies? And then it's this just vicious circle of one player being on the edge against the team of Blaze and Acno. They're doing a good job in this game, though. They haven't put out too much time over on the edge. You see Hysen dipping down a little bit, but Blaze actually chooses to go over, help out Acno, do the power play on a Simple.
Stomp side air. Acno, Blaze able to find a side air of his own. Both red team members split. Simple avoids the weapon toss. Hysen does get the wall touch as well as blue team opted for stage control there. Red team does need a little bit more damage as Simple gets taken out from the recovery by Acno.
So now the red team finds themselves in this precarious spot of it was 5 stocks to 4 in favor of the red team, but now it's 4 stocks to 4, and Hysen could be taken out very soon. So it would be 4 stocks to 3, and the lead can go from in your favor to completely not in your favor whatsoever very quickly. Hysen gets the recovery. Acno chooses to disengage. Simple with the easy edgeguard recovery and the weapon toss. Safety there with that option.
Going for the safer edge guards now. The weapon tosses, going for the recoveries from below. Red team hits the side air, and suddenly the red team has a sizable lead over Acno and Blaze. They can take this to game number 5, but Blaze finds a ground pound.
Bro, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Okay, he was red. It's okay. You know what? That stock was out.
Exactly,
he was red out the door.
It wasn't going to take too much.
Look at that!
I take it back. I take it back. I take it back.
Take it all back. Simple and Hysen with the edge guards proving us wrong, taking it to game number 5.
A lot of that round, though, was on the back of Simple's 527 damage that he did. So there was that explosion towards the end of Hysen, but it was still more good, solid neutral play coming out from Simple throughout the entire game, putting out big damage. But still, just don't
do it again. You've done one. You got one, all right?
Because, again, they were still in the lead, and they were at a solid lead, but it was still a lead that they could throw away by going to him on the edge and dying like we've already seen them do.
Game number 5. It all comes down to this. Can Hysen and Simple deny the 2020 sweep from Acno and Blaze, the double Taros, versus the Bryn Bodvar? Damage even to start it off for the first 20 seconds of this one, but Acno with the juggles onto Hysen already putting that threat out.
This is crazy that we're going to game 5 in the reset of a set in Europe that has Blaze and Acno in it. I don't think... I wouldn't have really predicted that whatsoever. I would have predicted maybe a strong showing from Hysen and Simple, but I would have not have called them going this far.
Yeah, I mean, in the pre-show, Foda and I were like, yeah, Simple and Hysen, I think they can get second place. I think that they'll fall just behind Acno and Blaze, who are just such a strong team. But to take it to game 5 in the reset against Acno and Blaze is looking really good. But Simple is in trouble. Hysen gets taken out by the Dare and the weapon toss, and Acno and Blaze looking kind of healthy here. This is looking bad for the red team.
Both members of the red team going over onto the left side. Blaze in the red. Simple looking for the KO here. One Dare comes out. Oh, in comes Acno, the double Dare 2000. Are they going to get the full sweep here?
Looking like a Canadian Thanksgiving. That recovery got stuffed.
Bro, why don't they just like wait a month?
You know, lining up with America, all right?
I'm asking the tough questions. No one has an answer for it.
Clearly, not a single Canadian knows why they celebrated in October. Oh, the weapon toss, and there's 5 stocks to 2. Domination coming out from the blue team as they want the sweep. Nice down air. Simple gonna shut him down, taking it to 4-2.
Getting those 3 KOs without dying means you're dominating. And 3 strikes in bowling is a turkey. So it really kind of is a Canadian Thanksgiving.
Except we're in Europe, so it's,
well,
German and... Wait. Actually, I don't know their flags.
Bulgaria and... I don't remember Blaze's.
Other side.
Is he French?
Aren't they same flag? All right, whatever. 4 stocks left. Red team still fighting. Blaze in the red. Hysen, if he finds this hit, could get this closer, giving them some hope. But Acno with the stomp side air, and the red team maybe realizing they cannot afford another stomp side air. Nair, not enough to finish off Blaze.
Oh, that's 1. You still got 3 more stocks to go through.
Domination from the red team, but it's not as confident of a domination. Oh, nice punish. Can he finish it?
Acno's able to get back. They still haven't taken away this stock from Acno. Oh, the recovery almost taking out Hysen off the top. Oh, the recovery from Blaze almost taking out Simple off the top. It's not going to take much more.
Oh no, team damage. Simple wants this, but the scoop up. Simple still surviving, thinking that scoop was so low. The recovery from his teammate, thinking that recoveries have less force.
How are they not dead? I don't get it.
Ah! The Nair, the scoop, Acno and Blaze are gonna sweep 2020. They are the champions of the Mammoth Cup. They are the champions of every doubles tournament for Europe in 2020. What in the world are Acno and Blaze on? What are they feeding these kids?
I don't know, something crazy for them. What a record that they've had this year. It is so huge, and I think your average viewer out there, your average player, don't fully understand, even I don't fully understand what it takes to be the best player in your region for even one tournament, much less 3 tournaments in a row, much less the entire year.